What if there was a device in the vehicle that just soon as you pulled up to the pump, it transmitted the data since the last time that vehicle gassed up, just the number of miles driven. For privacy folks, it's not like where they drove or, where they were at, but it's just the miles driven. And it gets reflected on the price that you pay in the pump. So instead of, you're not paying the gas tax if you have that device, you're paying just for the miles you drove. So it takes care of any of this credit rebate stuff where they are doing it in Oregon. You just, you've got that device, there's your charge for the miles you drove.
Today is December the 8th, 2017. We are in Riverside at the county building. We are here today because the California Transportation Commission Technical Advisory Committee is meeting here today. They only meet a couple of times a year and they usually meet all over the state, so I have never had an opportunity to actually go to one of these meetings. In this meeting today, they are going to be discussing taxing us by the mile. They want to tax you and track you for every mile that you drive, because the intent is to make it so expensive to drive a car that you are unable to. Good morning, Technical Advisory Committee. I am here today to let you know that the public is waking up to what you are doing here. This right here is the 2016 SCAT Regional Transportation Plan. This document is a plan to raise our taxes over $500 billion.
The total cost to implement the plan is about $500 billion.
And do you know what the largest funding mechanism is for this plan? It is what is referred to as a mileage-based user fee, also known as vehicle mileage tax. That's why you are here. You are here to make sure that SCAT steals this money from out of our cars. Now, this document is about sustainable community strategy, and it's all about climate change and global warming. So these plans are about fighting climate change. The gas tax that just was passed is in this document. All the toll roads are in this document. The vehicle mileage tax is in this document. So all these taxes that have been raised on us to fix the roads are going to fight climate change. And I've been watching your guys' meetings for the last couple of years, and Ms. Bartlett and Mr. Medaffer, you guys said it yourselves right out of your mouth that the state of California is siphoning the money from transportation and using it for other things.
The only point in Supervisor Steele's press release that was a little bit factual was the fact that we don't trust Sacramento. There's a lot of distrust. And Eric knows firsthand with the truck weight fees. They were supposed to be used for transportation, and they siphoned off all those fees to use for other things. So that's why there's, amongst other things, there's a huge distrust of Sacramento.
And I think the biggest thing that I see as an impediment is to all of this is that the dollars collected for transportation don't always go back to transportation. And so the credibility issue is a real one. And I think that perhaps is the biggest thing that will be the impediment to this actually getting fixed.
So you guys admitted that the money is being stolen and not being used for the roads. Do you know what the purpose of this plan is besides to fight climate change, or how they actually do fight climate change? It is to redesign all of Southern California so that we no longer live in single-family homes and are no longer reliant on the automobile. This plan is about getting us onto bicycles, buses, and trains, and you guys are facilitating it. If this vehicle mileage tax goes through, you will have your way with us. There will be no more driving cars because no one will be able to afford it anymore. The gas tax just went up. It's going to go up again with cap and trade. Toll lanes are being put in, and all over social media, people are posting $700 and $800 car registration bills. Essentially, what this state is trying to do is they want to make it $10,000 to $20,000 a year just to drive an automobile, which is why you are here to tax us by the mile, because the purpose is to make it so expensive to drive that there is no other choice but to ride in those stupid bike lanes that are being put down everywhere. The people have woken up, and none of you are going to get away with this. And since I still have a 30 seconds left, I want to ask one question. We're all adults. People behind me, we know that there's an agenda to get us out of cars. If the agenda is to get us out of cars, then why have we given 1 million driver's licenses to people who are illegally in this country if the plan is to not drive anymore? Are they going to keep driving while we wait at the bus stop? Think about it. Thank you.